Not sure if many of you know, but we do have a virtual tier within the Design Coven, virtual pro member tier, which includes 3 virtual meetings a month where we set intentions. We do group coaching. So bring all your questions. We answer those questions and you get to learn from other people going through the same struggles as you. We also do a business practice meeting. So we'll have somebody on to share a business practice that we can all benefit from. And then we also do a product training. So getting a sustainable, eco-friendly line to come on, share who they are so that we can be supported with other like-minded businesses. And if you're not quite ready for pro, you can always join our free community where you will connect with other like-minded holistic interior designers. You don't have to be an interior designer if you are kind of just dabbling or you're aspiring or you're looking into this field. We invite everybody from all journeys, and you don't, again, have to be a designer. You don't have to have a degree. We're just a beautiful community of like-minded people looking to create healing spaces, not just for ourselves, but for our clients and future clients. Come join us at designcoven.com/join. You're listening to the Holistic Interior Design Podcast. This is a podcast that guides you as a new or inspiring independent interior designer navigating your entrepreneurial path. Here, with my over 20 years experience, I will share my holistic approach to design with intention and ancient practices, including Feng Shui, all incorporating mind, body, and spirit into my design projects. You will also learn from seasoned interior designers as they give strategies and insight of how they built their businesses and continue to work in the field. Together, we will discover supportive trade partners, new ideas, creatives, and inspiring artists from around the world. I am your host, Rachel Larraine Crawford. Today, we're diving into the Bagua Map in our Feng Shui series, and we are connecting with the northeast corner, which is all about knowledge, self-cultivation, and wisdom. On Tuesday, we spoke with Amy at Paru Tea, and whenever I drink tea, I'm always thinking about wisdom. I'm thinking about that knowledge area and mindfulness. So we're diving into this area of the Bagua Map. If you are a Patreon, you received the zine, the first zine, which is our Intro to Holistic Interior Design and Feng Shui 101. And this is also available to anybody that is not in Patreon. The first zine is complimentary. You just have to go to the website to receive that. And that's at bewitchingthehome.com. If you go into the menu, just scroll down to the zine and you'll be able to receive your free digital copy. But when you go inside of that zine, you're going to have on page 7 the Bagua Map, and that's going to give you a beautiful overview of the corner of the home that this is going to correspond to. So this is the northeast corner. Again, it's connected to knowledge, self-cultivation, and wisdom. This is a beautiful space in the home to create a library, to have a reading nook, a space of study. If you have any children in the home, this is a great space to do homework, and also to make as a meditation space. The crystals that I like to associate with this gua are labradorite, and I love labradorite because it connects to mysticism, it connects to believing in the unseen, and it connects to magic. And then the other crystal is tanzanite, which is a beautiful stone for opening the third eye, connecting into that crown chakra. So in this gua, this area, I always like to think of opening third eye and crown to connect with knowledge and wisdom. The herbs that I recommend in this space, which are also going to be great for students that are studying, is rosemary and peppermint. So rosemary is going to help with memory, alertness, and it's also going to lower stress levels so that you can absorb the information at a nice, easy pace. And then peppermint is great for mental clarity, having a nice space of clarity. And you can use that with herbs. You can do that with essential oils, anything like that, or just rubbing the herbs in your hand and inhaling them before you go into a space that you're going to be using your mind or opening up your mind. So today we are going to dive into creating sacred space for meditation. I'm going to walk you through how to create your own sacred space for meditation or perhaps a reading nook, a space to study. So, the first thing that we're going to connect with is what's the intention of the space. So, you'll want to have a piece of paper and a pen to really kind of start writing things out. So, we're going to write down our intention. My intention today is to create a sacred space for meditation. Yours should be in that realm, connecting with the northeast corner. And then again, this could be a reading nook, it could be a studying space or a meditation space. Where? So you're going to want to look around your home. Ideally, we would like this in the northeast corner of your home. Or if you have a particular room that you're using, it would be great to do the northeast corner of that room. That's just going to add an extra layer of intention. If that doesn't work out, it's totally fine. We can keep moving forward, working in the best space possible for you. So, some things to think about when you're trying to choose where you're going to create this sacred space is you're going to want to know when you'll be using it. So, if this is a space that you're going to be using early in the morning and you're thinking about putting it in your bedroom, but your partner sleeps in, it's probably not going to be the best space. You'll want to rethink that. You're also going to want to think about who's using it. So is it just you? So thinking about your special needs, or are you going to be sharing this sacred space with multiple people and thinking about what their needs are as well? Is somebody going to be using it that has a bad back that might need a chair or something that's going to have better support than just a cushion on the floor? And so just those things to think about who's going to be using it. And then how are you going to be using this space? So is this space going to be used where you're going to sit for long periods of time because you're going to be reading? Is it a space where you're going to be journaling? And if that's the case, can you journal on the floor if you're thinking about using a pillow cushion or a floor cushion? Or do you need to have a desk of some sort? So just thinking about how you're going to be using it and what your actual needs are. So this would be a time to write down the needs that you're needing. So chair with a back or a floor cushion's fine, a table, a reading lamp if you're going to be reading in that space, especially if it's going to be in the evening. So really thinking about what your absolute needs are. And then we are going to dive into designing the space using the 6 senses. And I'll get into that right now. So the first sense that we're going to be connecting with is sight. So we're really looking at the space from an aesthetic point of view. So keeping in mind the color palette that's pleasing to you. If you're thinking about wisdom and cultivation knowledge, those are all going to be in alignment with the earth element. So you can think of things that are really grounded. But I also connect those areas with the third eye or the crown chakra. So I'm kind of connecting with both groundedness and the space of air. So whatever that might look like for you, maybe there is some beautiful earthy tones with a little bit of airy blues, purples that are coming in to activate the third eye. So just be intentional about the color palette that you're creating. The next sense we're going to be tapping into is touch. So I always think of touch with the sign of Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. And that is the senses. That's everything. So it's really about how do things feel. So what's going to be touching your skin? So thinking about your pillow that you'll be sitting on, maybe you'll want a rug under your feet. This is where you're going to want to start thinking about your crystals. If you're going to be touching them, do you want them to be tumbled crystals? Do you want them to be raw? Or maybe you want some beautiful points. And just again, working with the colors of the crystals. Again, I recommend labradorite and tanzanite. But that's not an absolute. Just really go with your intuition and your gut as far as which crystals to pull. And maybe you want to connect with a mala here, thinking about those crystals that are going to be running through your fingers. So what are you going to be touching, making sure that it all feels really good to you in this space. And then third, we're going to be connecting with the element of air and sound, the sense of sound. So here you're going to think about, are you going to be meditating? If so, are you going to need music? Maybe you're going to have a speaker in that space or your AirPods. And then you're going to want to curate your playlist. So really think about what kind of music you're wanting here, or if you're wanting a guided meditation, really create that playlist for the things that you're going to be hearing. And you may also want to include a bell to start your session. That's always a beautiful way to start. Or a singing bowl would be also another way to really create that sound to get your mind and body, spirit in one intention of meditation that you're going to be doing in this space. And then we're tapping into the sense of smell. So smell is going to come in the way of an incense or a diffuser, diffusing essential oils. Maybe you're going to be working with fresh herbs, the smell of your tea that you're going to be brewing, any of that. So again, smell is really going to connect you to the past. It's going to connect you with memory. It's going to connect you with your ancestors and your guides. So it's really important to connect those smells with the space. Next is taste, and we're working with the element of water. And this is going to be the thing that you're going to be drinking. So again, I love a beautiful tea or a kombucha, or maybe it's a water that you've put under the moon the night before. So really thinking about the intention of nourishment when you're connecting with your brews and your teas, things that you're going to be tasting. And lastly, we're connecting with spirit, and that's going to be the element of fire. So definitely want to bring in a candle. I absolutely recommend dedicating a special candle for your meditation or your study, really setting the intention so that when you light that candle, that energy is there, that spirit of fire is there with you. And I recommend beeswax, 100% beeswax, because that's going to release negative ions into the air, which we know feels so good. And it also cleans the space, cleans the air, and then it also burns really clean. So there's no oils in there that you're going to be then inhaling. And I always recommend 100% beeswax and a cotton wick. So nice, clean burn. You're going to want to incorporate perhaps some cards. So whether that's an oracle deck or a tarot deck to connect with the spirit, to connect with your higher self. You might want to bring in a pendulum, a journal, and pen to write down reflections. And I also love to incorporate plants into the space. That's going to bring the spirit of the plants. So something that's alive and that's also going to be cleaning the air and creating oxygen for you. So really keeping you alert. So that is my sort of wrap up on how to create sacred space, a meditation space in this beautiful direction of the Northeast area of your home, connecting with knowledge, self-cultivation, and wisdom. I would love to see your spaces that you've created using all of these elements and sort of this outline on designing that space with intention. Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I can't wait to see what you create. You've been listening to the Holistic Interior Design Podcast. If it's one that you have been enjoying, please share with anyone else that you think can benefit from this knowledge, and leave us a 5-star review that helps us get seen and found by other new and aspiring interior designers. And if you're looking for mentorship, I invite you to join our club here at the Design Coven. It's a bridge between school and real life interior design. We get in much deeper there. We have virtual and in-person events, so everyone is welcome. You don't need to have a design degree to be part of it, just an interest in holistic interior design. I also want to thank our editor, Marcy Ferry, and lastly, Kinseth Thibodeau, who is our music composer. Until next time, be well, and we will see each other soon.